This one is for the medical assistant girlies. Order of draw, what is it and why do we do it? Okay, in layman's terms, order of draw is just the way we order certain blood collection tubes. This is the order they're supposed to be, collected in, because a lot of them have additives in them that can affect other blood collection tubes. Let's say you have a patient and they need a serum tube drawn up and an antiglycolytic tube. If you accidentally draw up the antiglycolytic tube before the serum tube, the anticoagulant in the antiglycolytic tube is going to affect the clot activator in the serum tube, and it won't clot, and then you won't get good test results. Poor test result quality can lead to misdiagnosis, and in some cases, misdiagnosis can lead to death. So it's really important that you get order of draw correct, and if you don't get it correct and you do something wrong, document it and tell your provider. Oftentimes, this can just mean calling the patient back in, drawing their blood again, doing it in the correct order, and then sending it back to the lab for results. If we catch it before it happens, it's really easy to prevent crappy circumstances. So what is order of draw? Well, first up we got our blood cultures. These don't have an assigned color to them because they can come in pretty much any color. It's sort of based on what they're meant for, the brand, and who manufactured them. These have an additive in them called SBS. They're commonly used for infection screening, and they can be inverted 8 to 10 times. Next up, we got sodium citrate. This one can be in a light blue or a plain blue tube. The additive in this one is obviously sodium citrate, and this needs to be filled up all the way. If you're doing this tube, you need to fill it up all the way, and it needs to be inverted 3 to 4 times. Now, if you're collecting this tube with a butterfly needle, you need to pull up a discard tube so that no air gets trapped in this one and affects the test results, because you need that tube to be filled up at least 90% of the way. Then we have our serum tubes. There's 2 kinds. We have our regular serum and then our serum separator tubes. The only difference between these two is that our serum separator tubes have a thixotropic gel. This gel separates our more heavier blood components like red blood cells and plasma. The activator in these is a clot activator, usually thrombin, silica, clay, that sort of thing. Our regular serum tubes need to be inverted 5 times, and they are red, and our serum separator tubes need to be inverted 5 to 8 times, and they can be gold, orange, or like a tigery marble color. Then we have heparin. Heparin also comes in 2 types, but I didn't feel like separating them out because you can basically do them in either order. You can do heparin tubes first, or you can do heparin plasma separator tubes. It doesn't matter. These can come in green, light green, or marbled. They have heparin in them. Heparin comes in many different kinds. It all varies on what kind of test you're doing. So if you're doing like a lithium screening, don't use lithium heparin. It can affect the screening results. But yeah, these ones, the plasma separator tubes, they have a thixotropic gel in them. It's the same thing as the serum tubes. It's just this one also has heparin, but it needs to go after the serum tubes. These ones have to be inverted 8 times. Then we have EDTA. These ones are great for complete blood count testing. They're really freaking common. They come in a lavender color, or they come in a pink color if they're going to a blood bank. The chemical in these, the additive, is called EDTA. It is a super long chemical name that I'm not going to pronounce. I'm pretty sure it's an acid of some kind. Don't quote me on that. And these need to be inverted 8 times. Then we got our antiglycolytic tubes. These ones are like a silvery gray color usually. They have potassium oxalate and sodium fluoride as their additives. They need to be inverted 8 times. They're commonly used for metabolic screenings or like toxicity screenings, like blood alcohol, that kind of thing. This is not an in-depth list. There are more kinds of blood tubes, but I don't work in a lab and I don't feel qualified to go into the big specifics of those. So do your own research at your own discretion. The ARUP website is great for looking up what kind of tests, tubes, that kind of thing. Yeah. Now you know order of draw and why it's important.